Welcome to part 4 of our Supreme Teen run through the Shadows of Rose DLC for Resident Evil Village. We've just defeated the Executioner and dropped down through the bubbles. I'll let Rose and
Stratum
take you through this.
I don't want to leave. Not until I find that crystal. I'm tired of being a freak. I want to have friends. I want to live a normal life. Without this curse. If that purifying crystal can make that happen, make me normal, then I'm not going back until I find it. Yeah, so? All right, then.
And here we are. If you're familiar with the game from the main playthrough with Ethan, this is headed towards the gardener's house, and on down to house. I forget what the name of the house is, but the house with all the dolls. And it was originally Donna's place in the main game. And once again, just like in the main game, this shifts from a kind of... I won't say that Rose's playthrough is ever combat heavy, but it goes from combat and monsters that you fight that way to just kind of using your wits and solving puzzles, trying to understand what's going on. You begin to get some hints that this is going to be a trip down memory lane for her. You're seeing the little monkey dolls that were prevalent in her nursery during the main game. So.
I swear I've seen these monkeys before, but what the hell?
Seems like it was something she probably outgrew kind of early, but the game, that's all the game remembers of her is whatever memory it had of her when she was around 6 months old. I say the game, the Megamycete is the only memory of Rose that it would have been when she was 6 months old.
What's wrong? Okay. What? Something seems different.
That cracks me up. Something seems different, like the whole elevator is different. Alright, and so now you recognize the
weird.
Benevito house, I believe is the name of it. And but there's some giant monkey dolls. And just like in the main game, this becomes a kind of a piece it together. This is file number 10. It's called A Little Girl's Diary. It's basically written by Rose as when she was a little kid. She seems to recognize it. She'll comment on how is it here, sort of thing. Indicates that maybe joining school with other normal kids wasn't a good experience for her.
This is...
Well, this is pretty much like it was before, but this relief is now on this door instead of on the back door. You'll notice I leave my deaths in here because it was quite well. I leave most of them. I think I cut a few of them that were just kind of getting a little overly much. But in standard and casual play, this house is really not much of a challenge. You can just kind of brute force your way through anything. But here on hardcore, it changed quite a bit. So.
Playtime. You don't need that junk.
Hey, my stuff.
So just like with Ethan, you no longer need guns. You no longer need all the gear, though you wish you had it, but you don't. So, first puzzle here is how to get something out of the stomach of the teddy bear. There's really nothing to do in this room. You can turn the water off. And this is where that relief would have normally been, the little that was on the previous door, where you put the relief of the child there. This is where Ethan found the scissors to open his doll. Now she's going to find a poster here that shows cutting it open with scissors, and then tells you how to find the combination to the safe. Now you don't actually have to look every time if you can remember what it is, but I went ahead and looked. So in there we see O2, and there's where the combination lock goes. So we know it starts with O2, and then the bookshelf is the second thing. We'll get 44 off the back of the picture. And under the cluttered desk, we'll see 66. The combination is always the same, O2, 44, 66. This will give her scissors that she can then use to open the teddy bear. So we're starting off very similar to the way Ethan's experience here started. Path's not exactly the same, but access the back hall before you got through so much of the doll. And it's not a long, elaborate doll thing. It's just open the teddy bear. I don't know what the broken glass was. It's probably something I was supposed to look at, but I was looking in the right place, but don't know. So since we couldn't go through that door, go back around this way.
What
Notice
the hell?
there's now hanging limbs from the hanging mannequin limbs from the top. If you remember with Ethan, the mannequin was supposed to symbolize Mia, who of course would be Rose's mother. That becomes kind of a key point here in this segment of the game. She, of course, is hoping for a crystal, but all she gets is the child relief. So.
Ow, that hurt! You won't get the crystal by slicing open your friend.
By now you should be recognizing that voice that keeps talking
You know how
to
to
her.
play with dolls, don't you?
Anybody that played Resident Evil 7 recognizes
Wow.
that voice, because that voice is creepiest little child in the whole series, Evelyn. So, find a doll that's labeled Lucy. If you remember from the first diary entry, you talked about Lucy and her friends, Catherine. So now you have a Lucy doll.
Someone really went all out.
The walls are getting a little darker. Don't know why I'm writing sideways. The relief you got from the teddy bear opens the store. If it was your first time through, you may not have picked up the Lucy doll. You would get here and you'd be like, okay, so now what? Okay, so I can pick up this other doll. And that puzzle requires 3 dolls, so nothing you can solve yet. But now you have 2 dolls. The 2 doll puzzle is in the lab room. There's your Mia mannequin. This one here, I mean, it's labeled for you, but Lucy on Lucy and Catherine on Catherine. I forgot which one I was actually clicked on, so I put the wrong doll. It's kind of silly, but I mean, obviously it's labeled for Catherine. Put the Catherine doll on. See, I guess they don't call it the Catherine doll; they call it Pose 2. So clearly, Catherine and Lucy were not fond of the white mold that seems to sweat out of Rose's hand glands when she gets nervous. They gave us a key obviously this isn't the first time I've gone through here, so I know this door's over here, but I mean, even if you just remember it from Ethan, you remember there's going to be a door over here, so a key, okay, well the only place haven't gone to yet that might need a key would be there, so. I think they put this little mold core here just to remind you that you do still have some power. You just don't have any nodes for your. So if something attacked you, you'd be able to block it. But there's nothing to attack you. So. Ethan had to figure out to go down this well using film strips and everything, but here was kind of the only path forward. She finds a third doll, a little boy doll, Jimmy. Remember in the room with the relief opened, there's a 3-doll puzzle. That great cackle.
No way.
Mother Mia, Mother Anakin. At least this time when she comes out, there's not a huge amount of birthing fluid and umbilical cord stretched down around all, but beginning to get those sense of dread from those dolls, the mannequin. So, and here we have a 3-doll puzzle. It's, again, not too hard to solve. You're mostly supposed to be looking at their way they're standing and their poses. So, like, Jimmy has his 2 hands out to hold a present, so it seems perfect there. Catherine's kind of pointing, so seems okay. Lucy, last time Lucy was holding the scrub brush. Now she's going to hold the fishing pole. So, another practical trip being played on. Apparently, I picked the doll back up. Being played on small roads. Her childhood experiences are getting better. Now, my theory for this 4th doll, it just says black-haired doll, but my theory is that that's Evelyn. And I think one thing that's important, if that is Evelyn, is that Evelyn has been affecting Rose her entire life, even though she... Nice jump scare. Has been affecting Rose her entire life, even when she wasn't in here. And so once again, he's holding something. So he's holding the wood. Catherine's going to be holding the torch. Lucy's going to be holding the pole again. And here comes the black-haired doll, who in my mind is Evelyn. And Evelyn's directing this whole thing. So all this badness that happened to Rose during her childhood could have been caused by her connection with the mold, with Evelyn taking it out on her. So, I mean, that's I don't know if I've heard anybody else espouse that theory, but that's my theory on what that was supposed to represent. You have to answer this phone, or the door won't open.
Jeez, Rose, you're still looking for the crystal?
Fine, I'll help you out. Just take the elevator to me.
Mommy might be upset that I'm helping you, though.
Who are you?
By answering the phone, that opened the door. So otherwise the door was closed behind you. Of course, you're just going to go to the elevator. And just like with Ethan, what you find is that the elevator doesn't work. And so this power box, you open the key that you just got from solving that last doll puzzle. Opens this. Gives you a note that describes where the fuse is, which is, of course, the bedroom that you will remember from Play with Ethan. Shortcut this way. Now, if you notice those eyes are a Mia mannequin. And in standard in standard and casual play, those mannequins are not, you hear them move, but they're kind of slow and clunky behind you. So I was just kind of going about my business, getting those toes stuck there. Forgot that I needed to clear that right there, turn around here, and whoa, she's already there. So that's your first clue that you need to pay attention to the Mia dolls this time. It's quite a different experience on hardcore. Yeah. Anybody who hasn't played it on or seen the playthrough on casual or standard is going, why were you so lackadaisical? But honestly, on standard, you just run over there and it's no big deal. But here I turn around, look how close that doll already is to me. Jeez. And you can hear it move every time. I'm trying to decide if I need to go through this way or not because it'll turn my back on her. But if okay, so I caught her. I was really worried that would still count as turning my back on her. But now notice there's actually another one. So she's gone all the way around the thing, or the one that was in the kitchen with you is. There's two of them.
Jesus Christ!
Look how fast they move. And see, there were two of them. And now you can hear the other one moving. On standard mode, you just kind of run through this. You don't even think about them. They're just sort of incidental. And there's another one. Oh no! And, oh! Clearly, I was not prepared for this. But the deaths are fun. They're unusual. I think they're good. So we get to start from the point where we were getting defused. That's nice. We don't have to go back and deal with getting here this time. So use the same ploy again. Turn until you hear her move. So she's out of the doorway, so you can go around her. What's weird is the one in the hallway is not moving, even though you're not really looking at her. And now that she's seen you, she'll start to move. Catch them both in the doorway there. They're already moving, so you need to get to where you can keep an eye on that. Now you've got 3 of them. Look there. Now there's one in there too. And just barely got in there in time. But the good news is that I pulled her away over here so I can keep them all paused while I go through this door. And the good news is that door closes because I totally forgot that I had to put the fuse in there. I was so flustered. They're banging on the door now. I don't know if you wait, they might break through that door, but I wasn't waiting. Find out. So.
I want this thing work.
So now, if you remember the Ethan playthrough, the next part was a hide and seek game with
You're after the crystal.
Angie, the doll, Donna's doll, Angie, and where Angie goes and hides, and you have to go find her, and you have to find her 3 times. They're going to reverse that this time. They're still going to play a game of hide and seek, but you're going to be the one that needs to hide from the seekers.
What is going on here?
And this was so great that all of a sudden you're tiny, everything's huge. I just love it. This is This is file number. Did I say file number? It should be file number 11. I'll find the name for you. I thought that was file number 11. Maybe that wasn't file number 11. Maybe that file didn't count.
You're moving.
Oh, okay, that file didn't count. That didn't count towards the Avid reader. So that's why I couldn't find the name of it.
Can't let them see me. I guess.
Now this starts off
This way?
not that undifferent from the standard versions, except for the dolls do move faster. So there's not as much time to look around and explore. But having played through several times, I already have my path through, so I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. But the dolls do move faster, and you have to be careful. I died through this several times. I don't know if I left these deaths in because they weren't that unusual. Just me being careless, not understanding how fast everything is moving. Like you can't go now that you won't have time to get hidden. Just go behind that doll. And you have to be careful. Sometimes she's already coming back. You need to make it past that gap, either before or wait, and then do it after she moves back again. The hallway is pretty much the hallway. It's straightforward. This is teaching you that if you drop like a bird cage, then the dolls will go attack the bird cage, and that gives you time to run by them. Now the first time you face that, not on hardcore, but the first time you play it on standard, that's sort of nerve-wracking that you can get that close to them. But that's to teach you that once they're attacking a bird cage, they're pretty much oblivious to you.
Something I can do.
Did you hear that? Get her.
Get her. This second room, the timing changed pretty drastically. I mean, you still run over there the same as you always did. Just start the puzzle and you drop down this over here. But there's either an extra doll. I'm not sure if it's an extra doll or if the timing or the motions are different. But when you come around here, you need to go right behind that. See, there's already another doll there, and if the timing's off, there'll be another doll that goes by. This one right there will have already gotten over there. So you need to be kind of Johnny on the spot. And I got caught here several times, so I decided I would wait until this doll came, and then wait until it's starting to move on, and then go. But see, there's two dolls making that circuit, I think now. So I think that's one difference between hardcore and the others. As always, wait for the dolls to respond to that. Don't step out in front of them. But you hear them all beating on it. So the puzzle doesn't change, but the number of dolls and kind of the timing of the dolls is much tighter in hardcore. And by the time we got here, this isn't that different, but you do need to get over there. But
No way.
as you can see, even the Mia mothers, they step a little quicker. They're just everything's short. The time is shortened up, but still not hard to get by that. And you're gonna get a white sprig here, and I remember the first time I was confused with what I was supposed to do, but the deal is it gives you two things, and that found you right there. That would have this run wouldn't have qualified as the don't be seen. That found you would have ended that trial. But not working on that at the moment. Just trying to get through the hardcore. I will post a video of how to get through this and get that other achievement. This is actually not the correct way to do this, because you knock her down here, and she can sometimes get in your way where you can't get over here. But you need to get over this side and trigger the Mia mother coming in. But by knocking her out first, now if you're not careful, she will wake up. And so this timing worked out for me this time, but that timing can work out really badly. What you should do is you should sneak by her, get past the counter, get to the other side of the counter so that the Mia doll will come through the door, and then come back around and knock the doll down. That's a much better approach. This worked, but even on hardcore that worked, but that's not the most foolproof manner. Small cutscene with some large doll heads.
No one likes Rose. Because she's a freak.
Hey!
She has those creepy powers. Just like her dad. That's why she doesn't have any friends.
Shut up!
You know it's true. What is wrong with her? She's afraid. Look at her.
No.
Afraid of what she might turn into.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
On standard mode, this part coming up is not a problem at all. You just come out here, the cutscene's going to end, and you run down the hall and out. And it's nothing. This took me 4 or 5 tries to get right. Now, I've cut them out here and I've edited it. You can kind of see a flash there that means I edited. This is the run that I get through. But it's incredibly tight. You have to be in exactly the right spots and run the tightest line you possibly can, or you won't make it up these stairs into that door. I don't know what to say, but it's incredibly tight. Once you make it up those stairs into the door, this part's not too bad, though. If you forget where to turn and where to look up there, if you spend any time here, you won't be any time. But yeah, both of those runs, both those 2 runs are very, very tight. And I know it looks simple, and if you haven't played it, you're like, well, what was the deal? You just run down the hall and go through the door. Okay, but I promise you, I died at least 5 times there trying.
Why are they talking about
I was
my
beginning to
dad?
think something
Never
was
even
wrong.
met him. No, I don't know. I don't know the first thing about him. I wish I did. All I know is he died protecting me. Sometimes I try to imagine what my life would have been like if he hadn't died. Would he have taught me to ride a bike? Helped me with my homework? Read me a story every night? Would he have been there for me? Proud of me? Sometimes, when I feel lost or afraid, I try to imagine what he might have said to me.